Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. I've got a lot to cover. I want you to see the moment that the amendment to the infrastructure bill was killed. Also, a very passionate video came from Charles Hoskinson, and 3 new documents were filed in the SEC versus Ripple case. Yeah, attorney Jimmy James filing is keeping us up to date. At the moment those new documents are filed, 2 came from Ripple, 1 from the SEC, and the SEC again today regulating with enforcement. It's just unbelievable, and Hester Peirce thinks it's unbelievable too. I'm going to let you know about some Tether news. That, I think, will surprise you. It surprised me. And of course, there is really good news when it comes to Ripple's partner Tranglo. They are using the digital asset XRP in the on-demand liquidity solution. I'm going to tell you exactly where they are expanding. And here we can see on Quantify Crypto, this is the XRP technical score, 94.8, very bullish. It is moving. It has been touching 85 cents. It seems to be on a breakout, so we're going to watch that. All right, I want to play for you the moment that this amendment was killed.
Mr. President, Senator from Pennsylvania, I ask unanimous consent that notwithstanding adoption of Substitute Amendment 2137, the Toomey, Warner, Lummis, Sinema, Portman Amendment number 2656 be agreed to.
Is there objection?
Mr. President,
The senator from Alabama.
reserving the right to object, I ask that the Senator from Pennsylvania modify his request to include my amendment number 2535 dealing with defense infrastructure to this bill, and that it be agreed to.
That was the moment. Now have a listen to Charles.
Born here, I'm going to die here. And I want this country to be better the day I die than it was the day I was born. And I have no intention of living in a dying empire. And every other American listening, I think, feels this way. And we cannot allow some decrepit 87-year-old leftover from an age past to stand in the way of progress for this nation. So we need to work together. We showed we could, and we're just getting started.
We showed we could, and we're just getting started. I think if the crypto community does fight against the powers making the rules, who don't understand the world, is a very important cause. All right, this is one of the documents that was filed. It is the SEC wanting the court to compel Ripple to gather, search, and produce the missing Slack communications. Slack is a platform that you can have these group email chats with, and they want it done as soon as possible. And the reason why they want to get it done as soon as possible is because there's only 3 weeks left of discovery, but also they cite that they need this for a summary judgment and a trial. So they think that Ripple is walking back on its agreement to do the search. And the main reason why they cite wanting to have this communication is because they want to be able to refresh Ripple's employees' recollections at trial, because during the depositions, Ripple's employees frequently testified they did not recall many critical facts. Former CFO Ron Will did not recall events in over 250 questions, and Brianne Madigan, who was the XRP global head of the market team, she couldn't recall the details to 115 questions. So we've got a lot of Ripple employees that were deposed. We learned there are names like David Schwartz, Corey Johnson, Ryan Zagone, Catherine Coley, Warren Anderson, and they want these documents so that they can use them in trial. They also said that they felt it was necessary in order to have a full and fair trial. And Ripple shouldn't be worried about the financial cost that it'll take, even though it may cost several $100,000 to do, because according to the SEC, they have 7 insurance policies to cover the legal expenses. So it is really getting quite interesting. And we also then, knowing that we would get a response, it came where Ripple filed for an extension of time. They want 2 additional business days from August 12th, changed to Monday, the 16th. So we will have to see what becomes of that. And then the SEC is also claiming privilege on some issues, and Ripple disputes that those should not be withheld. And so they have requested to file an 8-page letter for the court to reconsider this privilege, and they don't want it granted. And they also are asking for the SEC to respond just in 5 days after their 8 pages have been submitted. It's very interesting because Attorney Jeremy says that in this litigation, 8 pages is a large brief. So seems like some complicated privilege issues have arisen. And I'm interested to see what they might be. Well, I think all of us are, right? And it is cutting it close. It needs to be approved and then filed and then have a reply and then obtained a hearing date all before the 31st of this month. I don't know if it can that really be done. Maybe so. But here we go again. The SEC is regulating through enforcement. This is the crypto exchange Poloniex. That was the first exchange I ever was on. And they have settled today with the SEC. They're going to pay $10 million to just basically make the SEC go away. They were accused of trading crypto that was deemed as securities from 2017 to November 2019 without registering as a security broker. In October 2019, just so you know, Poloniex, they decided to stop their services in the United States. So if you are in the US, you might not be familiar with them, but if you have been in the space a while, it was one of the most popular exchanges to be on, especially in like 2017. And Hester Peirce, she came out just hours later with a strong statement emphasizing the opaque regulatory framework that firms have to navigate in the United States. And she criticizes the failure for the SEC to clarify. Coming out again with enforcement guns a-blazing, she says. Yeah, I just don't know. You know, I'm wondering how long she's going to be able to keep her job, but I'm positive that she would have a lot of people wanting to have her on their team. All right, Tether has released a new report by an independent accounting firm. Yeah, and they found, listen to this, that Tether's tokens are backed 100% by its reserves. The accounting firm is from the Cayman Islands, and this claim, you know, is said that they are backed by commercial paper that we don't know the quality of, because we don't know the details of the commercial paper. So that is a little concerning still, but it's backed by commercial paper, certificate of deposits, cash, and treasury bills. And the reserves held for its digital asset exceeds the amount required, according to this independent accountant's report. Well, yeah, I don't know what else to say on that one. And I do want to tell you that Tranglo, the company that is really moving fast and furious in the way of payments in Southeast Asia, was granted new payment functions by the Monetary Authority of Singapore. This is MAS, as it is often referred to. They have 3 new licenses. And so Singapore issues 7 types of license in their Payment Service Act that they put through in 2019. And what Tranglo received was an account issuance, the e-money services, and the domestic transfers. So the account issuance allows them to do payments with an e-wallet. The e-money allows the users to make payments and transfers. And the domestic transfers provides them a gateway service for the local funds. Payment corridors immediately enhanced, so it said on their blog, is, let's see, those corridors are the Philippines, Indonesia, and Pakistan. And there will be more upgrades in the pipelines. So what do I think? I think there's a good chance we're going to see a corridor open up, at least from Singapore to the Philippines. And yes, Tranglo is hiring. They are hiring big time. Check out this listing. This is one of 22 positions. And they're actually looking for 2 development executives for their business. And those candidates, look at this, need to speak and write in either Mandarin, Japanese, or Korean, because it says that they are expanding business in these regions. So that is pretty telling where they are going to focus their growth. All right, everybody, did you know that David Schwartz was on a Bad Crypto podcast? These guys have been around a while. They have they actually had Brad Garlinghouse on their channel more than 3 years ago. They have a tremendous amount of content. And David Schwartz was on. The time stamp on the actual conversation they had was back in July. I think it was July 15th, but it was just uploaded in the last 24 hours. David talks about, of course, that question that they always get from people outside of the XRP community, which is the centralized question: is XRP centralized? Yeah, there's still a lot of confusion out there. Also, he talked about the escrow of XRP. He talked about federated sidechains. He talked about NFTs, which he believes could be a huge new sector and can actually be a big, it can be a big attribute to bringing in mainstream adoption. I agree. And the digital rights for that holder, could be massive with NFTs. I don't think it's just a passing fad. I think it's going to evolve. But the Bad Crypto podcast, they also have a very interesting YouTube channel. Not as much of their content gets uploaded onto YouTube, but a lot of it does. And they had an interview just in the last couple of days. When was this uploaded? Just a couple of days ago. I don't know exactly for sure, but it was with the BitConnect voice and face Carlos Matos, what he is up to, and actually what he did to lead up to his association with the BitConnect. It was a great interview. It really was. And what I thought was fun, and I would play for you if you were around when BitConnect was around, he did do his famous call for him at the end of the interview. I'm going to just play that for you.
And Carlos, why don't you leave us with a resounding BitConnect? Can you do that for us?
Absolutely. Here we go. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Good morning.
was a good sport to give one last call like that. Well, speaking of NFTs, he is going to turn a lot of his memes and his video that we all are so familiar with. A lot of those gatherings, he's going to turn them into NFTs. All right, everybody, I'm going to share one last thing with you, and that is something that I thought was kind of cool. This is Blue Impulse. It is from the cockpit just before the Olympics were celebrating their opening ceremony. And it's, look at this, it's done with VR. He's going over Tokyo, and you can actually see, look at that, look at that. See, they've got the Olympic colors, and there's the navigator, and you can come back around. Look at how close they fly to each other. Anyway, they are cruising over Tokyo the day that the Olympics opened, and they've uploaded this video for everyone to play with. And the VR is just so cool. I'll put a link to it in the comment section, or in the description below. All right, everybody. Yes, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.